Hi friends, it's Sunny. Welcome, welcome. So I have invited my friend Penny back. As I shared yesterday, she is an experienced ballroom dancer who's competed with many partners in American and international, all the styles. She currently competes through the championship level in the amateur division, and we're just gonna ask her some more questions about how she kind of got to where she is today and the challenges and such. So my first question to you, how do you take group classes or private lessons or both?
Both.
Okay. And what benefit do you see to doing either of those?
The privates really help you with technique and give you more individual attention, which is awesome. The groups help you to work on your skills kind of more independently. And it's also just reinforcement of what you learned in your private.
Totally agree, you guys. Penny's onto something there. I know there are many competitors like, oh, I'm too good for group class. You're not. It's great for dialing in just muscle memory. I call it the supervised practice, where you're just not fighting with your partner because you're in that group class setting. You have to be respectful. I love when we rotate because then you can feel with dancing with other people, hey, my partner's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so how many hours a week do you take privates and group classes?
3 currently, 3 hours a week currently.
And how do you determine what you're gonna focus on in the private?
Well, we ask the instructor, but it's also things that we've been struggling with, or if we have a competition coming up, things that we need to work on.
Awesome. Do you dance social dances with other people or just each other?
We do dance with other people, mostly with each other, especially post-COVID, but we dance with other people.
Okay, and then do you see a benefit to that, or is it just for fun?
I think there's a benefit to it. Dancing with other people does help your skill level. Also helps you to appreciate your partner because they're the one that's been working with you. I really think it's important to also communicate with the ballroom world that you don't have to be a perfect dancer to dance with everybody and give them a chance to step up into this world. So.
Yeah, and guys, I posted a separate video on all sorts of benefits to competitors for doing social dance. I'm so glad they do that. So what is your favorite type of ballroom dance private lesson? What would that look like? Just feeling results or learning new information or?
I like both. I like to do a warm-up by doing some kind of a comp round or just doing a dance and then kind of picking it apart. I also like adding new choreography because it's
always fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, and guys, if you get kind of bored in practice, and we all do, I get it, you have the same routines for years, always feel free to ask your coach to change it up. Also, your skills, your strengths vary over time. So often, what looked best on you 3 years ago is not really gonna work today. So it's a great opportunity for your coach too to jump in there and give you something that'll work best for you now. So do you ramp up in lessons or practice before competing?
Not as much as we would probably serve to do. We try to stay pretty consistent. It would be better to ramp up, but a lot of times, we have a busy life or you have like a financial schedule that you're working with. So yes, it would be better to ramp up, but mostly we stay consistent. I myself do better if I stay consistent.
Yeah, I think consistency is key, guys. I have taught people, well, they'll take one private every 3 weeks and then 2 weeks before nationals, 10 a day. Like, okay, you're not gonna remember that. It's definitely about long-term muscle memory. So I love that approach. So have you taken lessons in both chain studios and independent studios or?
Yes.
Okay, and then of those two, can you compare the experiences a little bit for us?
I have tried in chain studios, mostly as a guest, and when I first started dancing. Chain studios are great to get you started. They're great to make you feel important. They're great to get a lot of practice in, and they have a lot of parties, and that's really great. When you want to get better at skill, you really need to work with a pro that's been doing it for a long time. A lot of the chains have some good pros, but it's really hard to get to them. They're pretty scooped up. So private seems to work a little bit better, especially if you want specific results.
Yeah, I totally agree. She's spot on, guys. Okay, so what are your long-term goals in ballroom dance, if any? Or do you just do it to enjoy it, or is there a certain placement you're looking for at national championships or?
My long-term goals are pretty simple when it comes to ballroom dancing, to be able to dance until I'm 100. So
I love that.
I want to be able to compete and do showcases. It also helps you look younger. I know that there's a lot of research on right side, left side brain working, less dementia. Dance USA has a big paper out on less dementia in the ballroom world.
So do you prepare for competition in any way other than taking coaching and practicing? Do you change your eating schedule, your sleep schedule, do yoga? Is there anything you do different outside of the dance to
I do a
prepare?
lot of yoga. I do yoga before a dance lesson to be more flexible. So I do a lot of yoga. I get it better when I'm getting ready to compete. And a little more strength training, a little more squats, upper body, things like that to give me a little more back form, because we all ladies want our waist to look smaller and our backs to look bigger.
And guys, Penny is great about showing up to her lessons really limber. I happen to be naturally built like Gumby, so I haven't fortunately ever really had to stretch, but for the vast majority of people, if they do yoga before they come, at least stretch in their bedroom.
Not all of us are bendies.
Take a hot tub. The lesson you can just achieve a lot more faster. You don't have to, but it will definitely ramp up your dancing faster, okay guys? So in competition, do you pay a stylist to do your hair or makeup, or do you do your own?
I have paid, and it's been awesome. I love what they do. If you can ever get a chance to have a professional do your hair, please do that. However, most of the time, I do my own hair. It's more cost efficient and it's faster. Like you're getting to the comp, you want to get it done quicker. But if you ever have a chance to get it done by a pro, go for it. It's awesome.
You know, the nice thing is too, guys, if you have your hair done by a pro, when you take it out in your room that night, you can kind of reverse engineer what they did and then replicate it. Maybe it's not as polished as them, but it probably is going to look a heck of a lot cooler.
Or put a cap on before you go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Get a satin pillowcase. Oh, yes. Great advice, guys. Yeah, you can sleep on that same hairdo for a full week. Trust me, done it at Blackpool. Just make sure, satin head covering, satin pillowcase. It'll be fine. That's what they have hairspray for. So do you have any superstitions or rituals that you do associated with competing? For example, a very set stretching regime before you walk on that floor, or maybe another tradition, do you go out with your friends to have a meal after you're done competing? Is there anything outside of the dancing that's kind of reliable?
My stuff is more introspective, more internal, so I do a meditation and stretching. I also eat a specific breakfast, and make sure I'm super hydrated. But I don't necessarily go out with friends or anything like that. I need to be more centered.
Okay, and then final question for Penny. What's the best advice you can give for folks who want to compete?
People ask me all the time, how do you find a partner? Nobody wants to dance with me. The partners are out there, but you need to be seen. So you need to be to the dances, the dance practices. You need to take lessons. You need to, or it's better to take as many privates as you can afford, and definitely come up to the dance classes. So the best way to get a partner is to put yourself out there. Say, hey, I'm looking for a partner. Smile, look happy. Look like somebody that somebody would want to see themselves on the floor with. So come dressed, to impress, not to show off, but to impress. And just make yourself available. Attitude is everything. Everybody wants somebody to make them feel and look better as a partner, and make them feel like that it wouldn't be a fight.
Yeah,
to be a partner.
So guys, I just so appreciate Penny coming today. And if you are interested in anything she had to say, or you just enjoy it, hey, comment below, because I super appreciate her perspective, and I'm sure you do too, because I am but one person. So we will see you tomorrow. And if you like that sort of thing, which I bet you're interested in, I can interview some more folks and they can share their experience. So we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.